Easton, start talking. Check, 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 check.
Check.
Check, check.
Check, check, check.
Mic check. Check, check, check.
It's mic check time, and we're checking our mics.
Yes. I was just called a nerd. Check, check, check. Alrighty, folks. Let's get into this game today. Alright, we'll go over the map pool first, and I'm here with my co-host Easton.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Alrighty. So, this is the map pool for this week. We have map 1, Lijiang Tower, map 2, Havana, map 3, Blizzard World, map 4, Colosseo, and then if it goes to a map 5, we haven't seen it yet, but we'll be on Busan.
Yep, no, we got a lot of great diversity here in the map pool this week. I think that we got a lot of classic bangers on here. Lijiang Tower, personally my favorite, but
I love Lijiang. Yeah,
it's seriously so good.
such a good map. And then Havana's different. We haven't seen it in a long time, but it was added to the competitive pool this season, so
Havana reminds me a lot of the Gibraltar kind of setup, simply because the first and third points feel very open. There's a lot more, I guess, just like access for people to just confront people on like the main channel. There are a few side spots that are pretty pivotal to maintain for your positioning, but the second little point there on both of those maps are where I think we'll see the most action and the most exciting things. It's a lot closer quarters, a lot more, like objects and verticality for players to move around and try and find an advantage on their opponents.
for sure. And we'll get into the teams now. We got the first team, Air Force None. Largely a return of the same team from Season 1. We got Jared on tank. I have heard some rumblings and some rumors that he might be flexing some DPS today. We got Tanjiro on the hit scan and DPS duties. And then we actually have been seeing Trimb on DPS more so, and then D-Dubs on support. And then their newest addition, J Dizzle, to replace East Beast. He's on the cast from last season. And they said that they really are still going strong. They had a decisive 3-0 last week, and they're looking to repeat that.
In the words of their captain from last week's game, it's like Easton never left.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see about that throughout the season.
We will see about
we
that.
will see. All right, and then we got the team 2 here, Jewel City. A new team with some returning players. Captains Globerdome on the DPS, or Globerdome, sorry. But they really have the focal point of Warrior being their highest SR player, and really they're just leaning into his leadership as well. This team is dangerous. They also had a 3-0 victory in week 1. So two really strong teams. We have a former MVP in Taino as well on this team. Taino has been known to flex and fill anything needed, and he's a really strong player to have as well.
For our first season of the Gugingas tournaments here, Taino is actually a sub, and he was far and away the most requested sub, and he still is this season. Even though he's on a team, he's not allowed to sub though. But we do get a lot of requests for him simply because wherever he goes, he's willing to just play whatever, do whatever. He makes teams win, and people love that about him. He's great to get along with. Great guy.
Yes. And just like that, it looks like the teams are ready, and we'll hop into our first map.
All right, what kind of comps do you think we're going to be seeing out of the two teams here today, Caden?
I think it really depends. Okay, we're on Gardens here. I think we'll see some dive variation. Depending on where Jared is, I think we could see some Pharah as well.
So for the folks at home that aren't too aware, dive composition is when all of their characters are very heavily based on movement. They want to be fast and aggressive, typically these characters aren't as great at defending themselves, so the players got to be a little bit smart about where they're positioning themselves and what targets they're picking.
Ready for battle.
Looks
Alrighty,
like they do have Tremb on the tank, and they are running
do.
Pharah. The rumors were correct.
On the side of Air Force None, we're running Tremb on the Sigma. We're going to be running Tanjiro on the Ashe, a hit scam player. Going to be very strong there. We got D-Dubs on the Anna, and we got J Dizzle on the Mercy. Pretty solid support line here. And then over on the side of Jewel City, we got Warrior on the Roadhog here. And then Clobber Dome on Junkrat, Glitter Vomit on the Cassidy, and Speculation kind of.
Pharah's gonna be hard to take out. Mercy pocket.
Jared's taking a pretty aggressive angle here. We got Jaden pocketing him, giving him all the heals, damage boosts that he needs. Immortality field going out from the side of Jewel City. Oh, Jared finds the first pick. Warrior follows up with Hydro. 4-4 right now. Trem, huge pick on the DPS. Warrior getting the Mercy out of the air. Wow, that is a huge pick.
Now let's see if Warrior can flip this. He might be able to single-handedly flip this. It's a 2v1.
He's got his supports from across the ravine here, trying to keep him alive. No avail. It would be best for Jewel City if they just back up and regroup. And looks like they're gonna try and position themselves around some barriers here to just provide natural cover. Trem getting pretty aggressive here, going all the way almost across the bridge. It's a pretty dangerous spot right there. That's where you'll see most environmental kills on this map happen, is across one of those bridges. We got Clobber switching right on over to the Torbjorn. Warrior switching to Ramatra, the new season from last season. The new hero from last season. Very strong right now. Very good pick, I think. Oh, Jared going right into the face of the city, popping his ultimate. Oh, Trev with the...
Oh, nice blocks.
Trev getting a very good pick.
And I think it's really this Pharah giving them issues, the pharmacy.
I think so as well.
They're having to invest so many resources into just taking that out that they're getting picked while they're doing that.
And the thing about the Pharah too is you can't just ignore it. Pharah does a lot of damage. It's very hard to kind of pin down there. So if you just leave Pharah to do whatever she wants, then your team is going to really struggle. They're regrouping here in this Mega Pack room over on the right-hand side of the map. Trem gonna go up and protect him with the choke point here. All alone. Big nade coming out from... Oh, and they're just gonna... Warrior popping Annihilation. Not sure if he's gonna be able to get the value out of it he wants, but he is definitely going to find some hits. Ultimately, I think that it was not worth it. Well, he had to try. Glitter Vomit coming in here to no avail.
Wow.
Air Force Nuns with absolute dominance taking the first map here. So the way that the control points are going to work here in Overwatch is we go to a specific map. Where we're at right now is called Lijiang Tower. And there's 3 different control points, and it's best 2 out of 3, and that will add up to 1 individual game. And so we play best 3 out of 5 here.
No, best 2 out of 3.
Oh, 2 out of, I thought we played 3 out of 5.
Nope.
Oh.
5, 4,
2 out of 3.
2,
Well,
1. Round
here
2.
we go.
Capture the objective.
Very similar setup here. Tanjiro switching over to the Soldier, Jared to Sojourn.
The thing about here is that they can't really run the Pharah indoors.
They
might be a
can't.
good map for the Jewel City.
Jewel City's definitely going to look to stay in this match here. They're going to take that high ground. Pleb's coming out from
The objective is now.
Air Force Nuns kind of corralled into a corner here. Dual City free to walk on the point. There's not much you can do about it. Find your own Jared. Reclaiming. Double damage up to there. And Dual City's going to give up the point. Alright. Air Force is able to recollect, take over. Trem getting up in the face of Warrior and Glitter. Immortality field coming out. Warrior and Glitter alive. Fresh Warrior down. Huge pick there. Now that there's no tank, it's kind of free to just walk in and uncontested take the point. Wise of the Air Force Nuns that are still alive.
And it does look like Air Force None without the Pharah is not as strong.
I think that is accurate assessment. Seems a little more like they're afraid to get forward with that placement. You know, they're kind of grouped and they keep on going into these same spots over here.
Ramamacho.
Wondering what they're playing. Oh, we have Kitsune, we have
Oh my god!
4 Air Force Nuns, soon to be 5.
He's actually crazy.
That is a team kill. Wow. Using
That's the
2 of
power.
their ultimates though, they still maintain 2 of them. They have the window from BAP here, which amplifies all projectile damage, and then we have Lobberdome Riptire, which is very, 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 very dangerous, for sure. But
We have
Air
Trent
Force
with the
Nuns,
flank.
Air Force Nuns sitting on 4 ultimates here. We have Hobby going up top, Soldier ult ready to go.
Nano.
Nano, Visor, drop it down. There we go. That is a wrap on that. Tino gonna do his best to get out, the last surviving member of Jewel City. They're gonna regroup. Find the best course of action to retake the point here. Gonna head from this hallway. Air Force Nuns taking a little bit more of an aggressive approach to maintaining the point. Warrior doing his best to step up, get up in their face. He's gonna force Trent to back up. Yep, here comes the Riptire.
Oh, and it's big.
Huge double kill. There goes most of the damage. Trent soloed all the way out there. Uh-oh. Got Chico out there. Tanjiro falls.
It's a much better
yeah,
look
thanks.
from the Jewel City team.
Jay Dizzle's still alive.
Oh,
Here we go, Kiriko!
Kiriko 1v1.
I'm here.
Jay Dizzle's gonna continue to rotate around on the outside here where it's
I'm
safe.
here.
Jared going way out there. Past everyone else. Riptide
Another tire?
Got you.
Oh!
Oh,
Huge
it's Jared's
kill.
tire.
Air Force Nuns, Kitsune on the point. Might have been overkill, but you know, they flipped the point, maintained their spot here in this match. Trem getting another kill on the Clobber. Forcing Jewel City to kind of reset here. It's going to waste some more time for them. They don't want to have to go in 4v5. Such a blatant disadvantage. And now they're all here, grouped up. They're going to push forward. Trent, Fusion Rock.
Oh, huge flux.
Oh, triple flux. Immortality field coming out. Will be enough to save them.
Oh, and Drew with the massive ace.
That was one of the better raids I've seen in the league so far. That's easy cleanup for Air Force Nuns. No Pharah.
No
Still
problem.
won.
No Pharah, no problem.
A good first map here. Air Force Nuns taking the first game. Fantastic gameplay from both teams here. Just a really dominant performance. What do you think it is that gave them the advantage over Jewel City?
I really think that it might just be DPS matchups here. The Pharah gave him problems. I thought it's hard to say. I think it might be DPS matchups at the end of the day, but that's just one map. They can regroup and change their comps and come out strong on the Savannah map.
It's very true.
Well, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with map number 2. All right, and we're back a little early. We're gonna get into map number 2.
Map number 2, Havana. This is the map we were talking a little bit earlier. A lot of interesting points here, to say the least, but I think that the second section here is where we'll be able to see the most interesting action. Thoughts? Opinions?
Sorry. Yeah. I'm curious to see what they run here.
Yeah.
I think long range hit scan's really good on this first point. Along with the Junkrat's still fine. If you want to spam down this long hallway here. I'm curious to see what they run here.
So in the professional Overwatch League, what we see a lot of teams strategize and do is right here outside of the attacker's spawn door is an elevated gas station rooftop. And a lot of teams like to go ahead and post up right there, right outside of the door, and
Right where
hold
you see
there for
Havana.
as long as they can, because the walk back is pretty hefty from their spawn, but it also gives them as much time as they can to recontest on this first point.
And if they can't touch the point, if they can't touch this little red car here, they can't advance it.
Exactly. So I think that that's going to be pretty interesting. We'll see what teams decide to hold where. Seems like Air Force Nuns is going to kind of be a little more reserved, hold back here on this first corner. Going to give Hobby and Jared the ability to rain down fire with their long range hits. On the side of Jewel City, we got Warrior on the Roadhog, Globber and Tor, Blitter on Ash. Snarkulation on Baptiste, Rhino on the Kiriko. Not too much action happening so far. We got some people pushing up here. Warrior trying to take as much space as he can as fast as possible. Gonna force Air Force Nuns a little around the corner here. The cart is still kind of just moving. Hobby with a big thing onto Rhino, but
We have the flanking hog.
flanking Hog going up to take care of the Widowmaker.
And there
There
goes
it
the
is.
widow.
That is the most dangerous part of Air Force Nuns, and it just got poked to death. Trem, big pick onto the support line here for Jewel City. We're gonna see how. Oh, and they're unable to stabilize. Jewel City crumbling before your eyes. Taino teleporting over to Globber where he's safe. Globber throwing the turret down. Not gonna be up for very long.
What do you think about this Torb pick?
I think that it's kind of trolling. I won't lie. I think that Globber would be way better off on the Junkrat here than he would be on the Torb.
I agree. It's hard to get that turret into positions where it's gonna be damaging the poke comp.
That is the biggest problem with Torbjorn, is that unless you're able to fully utilize the turret, you're not able to fully utilize the character. And almost immediately, Globber and his turret going down. Trem, Flux, right in the room.
he's
Oh,
hooked out of it.
huge hook out. Warrior gonna go ahead and solo ult the enemy Sigma. We have Bob in the room with the whole team. They're gonna
just
get
solo.
out. Taino dying to
Oh,
Bob.
what a
Warrior,
hook.
big pick onto
What a
Jared.
hook.
Warrior doing 800-pound deadlifts here.
Oh my gosh.
Putting the team onto his back. I've never seen traps the size of Warriors, I must say.
And they said he's supposed to be nerfed.
He is
Roadhog
supposed
is
to be
not
nerfed.
supposed to be strong.
Roadhog in the most recent patch got a damage nerf, so he just does less damage. And Warrior did not get the memo.
I don't think Warrior cares.
Yeah, no one told Warrior that Roadhog is supposed to do less damage right now. Warrior gonna go ahead and push up here. He's not too sure as to who got spawned here or not, because there are 4 of the Air Force Nun members here. I don't think that he knows that. Oh, he's gonna dodge the accretion rock by Trent here. Big hook.
I gotta just watch this.
Oh my goodness. Warrior, just one-man army. They don't even care about the payload. They got a turret on it, but no players.
Oh, they're pushing it now.
We got Tanjiro up here on the aggressive Widow angle.
We got a
Using
Torbjorn
all
ult
of the vertical
coming up.
space here. We got Nano on the side of Air Force None.
Don't peek that widow.
We have Molten Core. We have Blade. We have Window. We have. Oh wow! Here comes the Kitsune Rush from Big.
Wow. Trent.
Oh wow! That all happened so fast. I can't even keep up there.
Shrimp
Air
has-
Force Nuns just wiped.
Shrimp has been really strong for this.
Really has. No, it's a
Flex where
great
they need
showing.
him to flex. He's been strong on DPS and now strong on this Sigma.
Watch here.
Yeah, Trent really stepping up to the plate here. It's not easy to look a Masters tank in the eye and say I'm better than you, but Trent is doing his best here
Oh,
for sure.
Globerdome with the pick on Hobby. And then the blade. Let's see
Oh my
the
goodness.
nice cleanse.
Oh,
Wow.
Here we go.
Let's go
One by
glitter.
one, the Air Force Nuns are using the.
I do think
Okay.
that Glitter Vomit and Globerdome are stepping up right now.
I think so, yeah.
Except
No,
for way
Glitter
better.
Vomit, I was looking at his career profile a little earlier. He has a lot of time on Genji, so I was wondering when we would see this. He briefly came out for a little bit on Lijiang, but mostly to contest.
Good.
Molten Core coming out to maintain some space here. Oop, Narculation gonna fall on the side of Jewel City, but we're gonna lose 4 members of Air Force Nuns, all 5 of them.
Okay, now they're rocking a 3-minute time bank going into the final point.
Here's the third point that we were talking about a little earlier. Similar to the first one of just a lot of open space. Hit scan is going to be very strong over here. very curious as to what Jewel City's plan is here to contest Hobby, who's now on the Cassidy, very strong hit scan player, and Jared, who's maintaining that Ash. Warrior gonna go ahead and take some of the aggressive space here. Doing a great job of killing Tank. Trent blocks the hook. Glitter forces out the flex here. Immortality coming out. Here comes Bob from Jared. Oh man. Immediately we're losing 2 members, 3 members. On the side of Air Force Nuns, they just lost through, but you know the Jewel City here definitely took a heavy loss. Their Genji and their Kiriko gonna be forced to rotate out, wait for their teammates to come back up. Air Force Nuns taking a pretty aggressive holding spot here. Gonna try and force him through that little choke. Warrior rotating out, getting rocked. Here comes a lamp out. Here's the blade. 1 down. Oh no. Down. Oh. Huge high noon and Flux combo there. Very interesting play. Super stoked that we got to see that in the league here.
Enemy turrets down.
The Sigma used his ultimate to raise up all of the players on Jewel City, and then Hanjiro was able to pop his ultimate, which essentially just one-shots all of the characters. That was pretty fascinating, pretty fun to watch. Yeah. Warrior gonna go ahead and get right back up onto the cart, getting melted immediately. I didn't even see his health bar.
Oh, they're investing ults into this after losing their tank.
They're gonna flail, they're gonna kick, they're gonna fight, but they're not going to win. They're gonna be forced to regroup here.
I feel like
Air Force Nuns keeping the pressure on, even when they're leaving spawn here. They have a very aggressive spot right here.
this poke comp is just really strong on this final.
I think that the biggest advantage that I'd be able to give Air Force None of Jewel City here is 4 of the 5 players have all been playing together.
Globerdome got a pick though on Jared.
Glober did get a pick on Jared. Trent gonna go ahead and get a pick on the Glober though. I don't know if that's a worthy trade though. Jared, I think, is maybe holding his weight a little more. Trent gonna do his best to hold the line here. Here comes Bob, another flush.
Oh, he hooks him!
Oh, he got hooked out of it, canceling the ultimate. Oh boy, here comes the cleanup crew. And I think that's where the biggest deficit in these teams is going to come in, is they're able to, Air Force Nuns, maybe a little easier to pick and prioritize targets. Jewel City kind of shooting at whoever they can.
And I really like the play from Jewel City's DPS. I'm just thinking that they need a longer ranged hit scan.
Not too sure. I think that what Jewel City really is just lacking in currently is just that synergy that Air Force Nuns is able to carry around with them. It's really just genuinely such a big communication advantage if you already have the idea as to where people are or how they're going to be playing. If you don't have to communicate everything that you're doing to your teammates, that's a pretty big advantage. Just leaves you able to, you know, call out the most important things, as opposed to, not too sure as to what's going on Jewel City side here, but I really hope that they're able to figure it out, come back together, regroup, get their heads back in it.
And another thing is that we can't forget about that they've played together for a full season. The majority of this Air Force None team.
Yeah, that's their biggest advantage by far.
Oh, they're gonna spawn to a hole.
Here we go! Jewel City gonna go ahead and hold right up here at the spawn
With
door.
the bait too, I really like this.
Not quite holding the high ground, but they are definitely holding the door here. Did not know we tuned into Game of Thrones. Alright. That's a freebie, you can keep that one then. Warrior, somehow still alive here. getting pocketed by Nikitiko. Everyone else on his team falling around him. Nikitiko and the Ramatsu are going to do their best to rotate out here.
And now they get a hold around this corner.
Through Air Force Nuns trying to get a sneaky little pick here. Hobby looking for a pick on the Taino, but Taino's not going to let him. Jewel City regrouping here. Regrouping here, able to hold this corner. Just like we talked about, they held the door immediately, and now they've got a second opportunity to hold here. Regrouped. Warrior going after Tanjiro. Not gonna find him. Lamp coming out for no one. Oh no. Here comes the annihilation. Massive ultimate, lots of space being taken, but not when you're sleeping. That is gonna wrap up that ultimate. Glitter Vomit, huge pick onto Jared, mid ultimate, canceling that. Here comes, maybe a mistiming on their coordination there, but still gonna find 3 of Jewel City. Oh, Drew and Hobby going down on the side of Air Force 9.
I do like this look.
Yeah, is Warrior able to hold it? And he's not. We've got Jared and Trem gonna just roll the cart right in here, unless
they can contest this. Yeah.
Taino, Glitter, and Narculation holding. Jared gonna go ahead and shut the Soldier ultimate down. They're gonna just slowly pick off Jewel City one by one. And there's the first point. Warrior gonna do his best to get back to his team. Oh, actually, he's gonna stay. Alrighty, Glitter Vomit working the legs here. Missing his jump, but working the legs.
Working the legs.
Jewel City's for the most part back together. We have Lobberdome, AFK in spawn. Nope. Which is honestly kind of detrimental. The cart's halfway through the second point here. They've got to be able to contest. Playing 4v5 this whole time. Alrighty, we got Jewel City back in it. Slobber looking for a flank. Kitsune coming out from the side of Air Force. Another flux by Trem. He just has it on cooldown.
Does he pop
me. Oh, here comes the annihilation at Warrior. Gonna go ahead and take that space. Getting melted though. Short-lived annihilation. It is just all Air Force Nuns. Jewel City doing their best to come back up, eat as much of this clock up as they can, but they're just gonna get shredded one by one as they fall. Here comes Warrior back on the hog.
Can they contest?
Warrior gonna go ahead and drop. Glitter Vomit running up behind him. Flobber teleporting across the point.
Fast and slow, but he gets clenched.
Bastion, Cleanse, Nano, Flobber, Anti, Window coming out of Narculation for just himself. Interesting placement. Warrior, last to fall. But there's the point. Really breezing through Havana here.
So it looks like they have 50 seconds more than Jewel City had at this point.
What Jewel City really needs to do here is regroup and stop getting picked. Every fight, Jewel City falls first.
Yeah.
If they can just maintain their players, find a pick first, give themselves an advantage. They just gotta play a little slower, a little more reserved.
Yeah.
Soothing your wounds.
Air Force Nuns doing a great job of making them play their game. Oh, and there's the pick on the Globber. Playing into the 4v5 here. Warrior gonna do his best to maintain this space. Trent gonna get right up into his face here. Jared gonna transform into Bastion Kurt form. There's a pick onto Drew. Oh, two of the Jewel City going down. 3 of Jewel City going down. 4.
I think that's it.
That is a wrap for map 2.
Map
A decisive Air Force victory.
Curious to see what play the game is here.
Play of the
It's Bastion.
Bastion. Oh boy. What do we got here? Well, yeah, that'll do it.
I guess that works.
Goodness gracious me. That is a wrap on map 2 here.
And we will be back with map 3 after this break. And we're back.
Initiating match.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Blizzard World. It's rainy now. For those of you who don't know, in Overwatch 1, Blizzard World was sunny.
Now it is raining.
Now it's a little rainy.
Because that's what the weather does.
It changes.
Yes.
Unlike these teams, we're going to maintain the same positions here. Don't believe anyone's been swapped. Yep, we're going to have Tremb on the Sigma, Hobby on the Cassidy, Drew on Ana, Jade Dizzle on Kiriko, Jared on Ashe. And on the side of Jewel City, we're going to run Warrior on Ramatra, Globerdome on Reaper, Glitter Vomit on to... Oh, we have a Symmetra. Symmetra is going to be interesting here.
You wanna
Wonder
know
what
the biggest shame of this whole map is? Why can't we go in this big green tower thing? Spewing stuff.
I don't know.
Five.
My
You know,
biggest
and
question.
I want to see other parts of this
Three.
place.
My biggest question is why is this place not real?
That's true.
I would pay a crazy amount of money to go to a theme park like this.
You know.
Alrighty, Air Force None setting up behind the statue over here. Gonna hold this point. Oh, Sim TP right up onto the high ground.
Oh, they're rushing.
They're running straight onto the point. Trem getting a pick on the Clover Dome. They're gonna fight over here on this narrow alleyway. Sim, no turrets up at the moment. Just kind of maintaining cooldown. Team's looking for a pick. Oh, there's 2 on the side of Air Force None. Oh, 3. 1 by 1, Jewel City falls. Warrior escaping with his life, but not his team. We really gotta see something change on the side of Jewel City here.
I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Jewel City run dive.
I think Jewel City is trying to play around Warrior, and I think that while that's a great strategy, I think that can't be your only contingency plan. I think that it's gonna do the other players some benefit if they play into what they're strong with. They're gonna go ahead and maintain this high ground here. Jewel City, oh, losing the Reaper. Air Force None maintaining very good control of this point over here. It seems almost as if Jewel City is trapped up there, which is weird. They're on the high ground. They've got nowhere to go. Warrior gonna drop and get a pick on the Hobby. That is massive.
And he has ult coming up.
Yep, we're gonna have Annihilation up here in a second. Air Force None sitting on... Ooh, they're sitting on Flux. They're sitting on High Noon. They're sitting on Bob. They're sitting on Nano. Kitsune Rush and Annihilation coming out here on the side of the City. Big Flux coming out. There's 3 off the bat. Globberdome doing his best to stay alive, get out with his life. Jared looking to kill him. Not gonna find him.
And they still have a ton of ult. They have
Yeah, they
Nano.
only used Flux and Bob on that fight there. They're gonna be sitting pretty for a little bit. As far as the ult economy goes, they definitely are winning. They have Death Blossom coming up on the side of Jewel City though. We're gonna see if we can put that to good use here. Maintaining the right side of this point here. Trem getting right up into the face of Warrior. Sleep coming out. Quick cleanse. Kitsune Rush on the side of Air Force None. Nano Boost coming out onto Trent. Gonna just continue to push them back. High Noon coming out from Hobby over here. Not finding anybody, but finding some damage. Pick on the Globberdome. Pick onto this Kiriko. It is Warrior in Kino versus the Nuns. Glitter Vomit hopping into the fray here. Deflect coming out. Sleep onto the Warrior. Reaper is back. Let's see if we have... Oh, Bob into the room with their team.
They're just not allowing them to reset.
Oh, Air Force None is maintaining a very aggressive position here. Constantly getting picks, constantly keeping Jewel City on their heels. Not giving them space to breathe.
Okay, this is flippable.
Are they going to be able to touch in time? Warriors there to touch.
Okay,
Big pick,
Warriors
2
flipping.
picks, 3 picks. Warrior putting the team onto his back. Trem, last man standing. Will he hold it? And he won't. Goodness gracious me, they were down but not out. Jewel City finds a way to take point 1.
And they have a blade. Kind of roll this into the next point.
They'll have Blade and Kitsune for hopefully the... Yep, there it is. Just came online. Next skirmish, hopefully the Jewel City is going to be able to put it to good use here. We're going to be coming up on High Noon here pretty quick for the side of Air Force None. Coming up on Kitsune Rush and potentially Nano for next fight. Jewel City trying to contest the high ground over here. Blade coming out from Glitter Vomit. Antied immediately. Will he be able to find anything? He got a pick on Diana. Fantastic. That is a massive pick. Ooh, Flobber's turret and himself both going to fall. Still even. Oh, and there goes Narculation. Here comes Kiriko. Supports are down for Jewel City. DPS. Warrior finding one. Staying alive. Gonna rotate out. Trem gonna try and meet him. Oh, Trem's just gonna go ahead and test the choke here. Warrior pick on the hobby.
I do like this Hogwarts.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Warrior controlling the high ground.
Just
here.
playing for
Air Force Nuns. Yeah, Air Force Nuns forced to rotate around him. They've rotated their entire team all the way around Trent. He is all alone. Fantastic positioning on the side of Jewel City here. Using their game knowledge to their advantage. They're gonna continue to escort the payload through point 2 here. Jared getting a pick onto the turret. Hobby sneaking up onto the high ground here. Will he find the High Noon? High Noon out. 2 picks. Warrior trying to get him out of LOS. That is going to be an end to the push right here for Jewel City. Gonna be forced to
Tanjiro is
regroup.
crazy on the cast.
He really is.
He really is. It's a
Just-
lot to handle.
In a league of his own.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and hope that Jewel City's able to touch here. They have 9 seconds. I don't know if they have anyone fast enough to get to the point.
The flux.
Flux coming out. It's not gonna happen here, Chief. That is a wrap for Air Force None. Defense, Jewel City. Attack.
Yeah, we need a
Win condition has been set.
Yes.
All Air Force None has to do is push it
Okay,
110 meters.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you were this Jewel City team right now,
Yeah.
what would you run to get a first point hold here?
I'd say honestly, I think you nailed it with the first map here. It's a DPS matchup difference. So I would prioritize my team to probably go straight for Hobby and Jared. Prioritize those two, get their main sources of damage out of the way. Once you leave the majority of their damage out, Warrior can pretty much clean up on his own.
And the funny thing is, I was just about to say, I like the Torb on defense.
I
Let
do as
them
well.
come into the turret. I like the Torb and the Soldier here. And then Warrior, I like this defense look. I would also be okay with the Junkrat here. I think that could
I
be
would as well. I think Torb is definitely stronger on this defensive side here. I think you're correct because you're able to put your turret down into a spot and they have to walk into it.
But see, this
So they'll
turret right
either-
here, it might die.
It is a very aggressive placement. Very curious as to how this is going to work out because Jewel City is just not holding up that far. They're going to hold right here on point.
Jared
Forced
on
into
the Echo.
chokeholds here. Globberdome gonna continue to peek up around here, try and see where they're going. Glitter Vomit, throwing a little damage their way, but
They can just
Air
turtle
Force-
the point here.
yeah, Air Force Nun's gonna rotate on the high ground. Not gonna be met with anyone. They're gonna go ahead and try and force on the point. Garrett, big pick on the Globberdome here. Immortality Field coming out from the side of Jewel City. Gonna get taken down pretty quick. All of Jewel City trying to just rotate, keep Warrior up. No avail. Glitter Bomb, a huge pick on the Hobby here. Oh, and there goes Narculation and Glitter. Air Force Nuns kind of just stepping on the gas and not letting up here. Hopefully, Jewel City's going to be able to regroup, reevaluate, prioritize targets. Tyno taking the 1v1 against Trent over here. Gonna survive. Jump up, rejoin his team. Globberdome walking his way back up. Trent's gonna get right up into the face of Warrior, Glitter, and Tyno on the high ground over here. Tanjiro taking an aggressive side angle here, looking for picks. He found the team. Trev with a huge flux. big pigs before the Flux came out.
Blob needs to find a way to get out.
Blob needs to find a way to get out.
Oh, gonna turret.
Unfortunately, going to fall. Turret.
Now, I like this Winston. I like this look.
I think
I feel like the
Winston would be
dive could
good.
have been tried earlier.
I think so as well.
It dives really good against this poke, this Sigma comp.
Curious, they did switch off of the soldier. I do wonder how they would
Oh.
test his Echo over
Echo
here.
has ult.
Jared switching to Winston with his ultimate. He's gonna just fly around. Full lessons coming out from Tyno here, trying to keep his team up, trying to keep an aggressive angle. High Noon coming out on the side of Air Force None, finding no one, but Hobby stays alive. And they waltz the points in.
And that's all she wrote.
That is the map, ladies and gentlemen. That is the match.
Make sure
Air Force
to-
Nuns with a dominant victory, to say the least.
Make sure to stick around. We're gonna have a post-game interview here coming up.
Big play by Warrior here, absolutely deserving a play of the game. It was what kept them in it,
Yeah.
gave them that distance they needed to push it almost to the second point, but alas.
Alrighty. Let's get a player from Air Force None in here for a quick interview. We'll be right back. And we're back just like that with Trim. How are you doing, Trim?
Hey, we're good. We're feeling good. Had a good game. A lot of fun today. It was a lot of fun in there. We switched up a little bit. Me and Jared swapped. I think that's pretty. We wanted to test it out to see how we could do on against other teams. If I'm not a main DPS, I main tank on Overwatch 1 and 2. So
Yeah.
it felt pretty good. It's good to be back, and I still got the Sigma, and so it's been a fun day.
Yeah, we were talking about that throughout the match, how your Sigma held up really well. It was very surprising and you weren't going
Looked very
against
clean.
an easy tank at all. How was that
No.
matchup with Warrior?
Warrior on his hog, he on Havana, he canceled my ult 3 times. It kept happening, and even though I thought I could I'd wait for him to hook or I'd get behind something, he got me. But other than the ults, I feel like the Sig was so oppressive. I can hit my rocks, and I was able to just pick off the backline pretty easy, kind of doing a dive Sig when we were brawling really close. So I just stuck on it. It felt good. The stats were lining up, so.
And
we
did
stayed
you
with
guys
it.
consciously run that poke comp? That's what you were going for, right?
Yeah, Jared. I kept trying to switch to someone else, and Jared wouldn't let me. It was kind of funny. But
Yeah,
it was working well. Yeah, it was working.
because it was working.
Yeah, what was the game plan? What was the thought process going into today's matchup here for the side of Air Force None?
I woke up this morning and had the text of Jared suggesting the switch, and he was just talking about how he's been going good on DPS. I don't know what the thought process was too much, but it worked well. So I'm happy that we now know that this works. So we're able
Yeah,
to-
no, it
think,
works against one of the best teams in the league. They 3-0'd a team last week. Obviously they don't have all of the stars of the league by any means, but having Warrior and having that knowledge and that resource to improve your own gameplay makes Jewel City a very scary team here.
They are a scary team. They Warrior on tank is really good. I just think our heals today were insane. Jay Dizzle came out and with the cleanses and keeping me alive, and the survivability is pretty fun on Sigma, but without the support. And then
And
Hobby and Jared
the
just
sleeps from D-dubs.
Drew hit some gnarly
Yeah.
sleeps on the Ramatra ults, and it helped out a lot. We're playing better with Ramatra as he's been out for like 2 or 3 months now, and the season starts going forward. We're able to play a little bit better. So
I do
it's
think
been a lot of
that
fun.
I do think everyone played really well, but one of my notes here is that I really liked D-Dub's nade usage. I liked the placements. I liked
The antis
how
were huge.
Yeah, he was
antis were
very
huge.
big with the antis there.
It worked well. I'd get a rock on someone, and then they'd get antied, and then Jared and Hobby, they just just effortless. They just would pick them off perfectly every time, and it was awesome. The Tanjiro and the Jared on the DPS, the running the Cass and the Ash. They weren't missing. Didn't even have to say anything about them today. Other than now, they played so well. The whole team.
And I got a question for you, and then we'll let you go. I know you're a busy guy. Next week, it looks like you're playing Contagion, a very strong lineup, especially on DPS with the Big Bob Man and the Ammo Blam. What are your thoughts going into that match? And
yeah, anytime we'd match up with them last season, those two, they weren't on the same team, and they always were lethal. So thinking about that on the same team, the tank will be pretty. It'll be a pretty hard fight, I think. Yeah. If they can stay alive, and Ammo Sam and Bob when he gets on Widow or any of those characters is so hard. So we're gonna have to really try and shut them down quick. We might have to try some dive stuff. So I have to work on a little bit of that. But yeah, I'm excited. We've been playing well.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3-0.
6-0.
6-0. Almost held them on the Blizzard, but we just got a little too greedy. We went into that back room and they popped off, but it worked out anyways. So.
Yeah, well, great games from both teams here. Great win by Air Force Nuns. Do you have anything that you want to say to your opponents for next week, or?
I'm just excited. The league's it's advancing so much. It's been so much fun. A lot of teams, and the broadcast is always awesome. And I'm just really excited to keep playing. It's gonna be really fun to have never mind. I won't say that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, now you gotta say it.
I gotta say, that sounds like the Ammo Sam and that's gonna be a challenging game. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna dial in. Yeah.
Do you have any games this season that you're looking forward to playing the most?
I'm excited to match back up against Easton. Easton, the former, but other than that, it's always fun to play against Sage and on their team. We played them last week, but it's just a lot of fun. New people, it's always fun to play against too. We start meeting new people. Like this team, there's 2 or 3 players I've never played against before. So it's been a lot of fun.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for your time, Trent. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the broadcast. It's been awesome. It's fun to have my friends watch.
Yeah,
of course.
Anytime.
Hey, thanks,
Alrighty.
guys.
Thanks.
See ya.
Well,
Alrighty.
Just like that. Week 2, Air Force None versus Jewel City in the books.
Well, we thank everyone for watching. We appreciate it. Just trying to do our best to put on a fun amateur league for people to enjoy at home, and I think we're doing a good job, and everyone seems to be having fun, so that's what matters.
Yep.
Thank you everyone for watching. We appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys.